Well, folks, with the Whitfield Report in its 5th season and me starting my 14th year of podcasting in 2021, I figured now would be as good a time as any to start a Patreon page for the podcast. And I know everyone these days has a Patreon page who is a podcaster, but let me tell you what you're going to get if you decide to join the Whitfield Report Patreon. At the $1 level, you'll simply be contributing. That'll simply be a way of saying thank you, and I appreciate it. But that's that. However, at the $3 level on up, you're going to be getting access to an exclusive podcast that I'm hoping to do weekly called the Savage Express Podcast. And on that podcast, exclusive to Patreon subscribers and supporters, I'll be covering music and movies and pop culture and personally anecdotes in ways that I can't cover on YouTube or traditional podcast platforms. I'm hoping to do this every week. I might not, but it'll certainly be a longer form podcast for those types of topics if you're interested in that sort of thing. And I also might be re-releasing some episodes of the Whitfield Analysis, my old podcast, re-releasing the back catalog, as it were, digging out some old video clips that I've had in archive for years and posting all of that exclusively to the Patreon site for you guys. It's going to be a good time, and there are a couple of different tiers you can join in at. I understand if you can't join the Patreon, but if you're able to financially support the show and you want to help out, joining the Patreon would be the best way to do that. So I encourage you to go to patreon.com/Whitfield Report and sign up on one of the tiers today. And again, folks, I want to thank you for supporting the podcast. Thank you for listening to the podcast. And hopefully, I can look forward to your financial contribution, which I deeply appreciate as well. God bless, folks, and God, freedom, legacy in that order. Well, alrighty. Good evening, folks. Welcome to the Whitfield Report, an impromptu Sunday stream. And I'm sorry you guys were waiting so long for me to pop on here. Why am I doing a Sunday stream? I never do a Sunday stream. The show is on Saturday. Truth be told, folks, I did do a show on Saturday, yesterday, but the file got corrupted for yesterday's show, and for those of you who were there, for those of you who were there, you may or may not remember that on the live stream view, on YouTube at least, we would always bounce between 20 viewers and then 0 viewers in the live stream count. And we did that for the entire 2 hours of the show. So something was going on with YouTube. Part of it might have been Restream, because usually I use Restream.io, which ports everything, to YouTube D Live and Periscope, but strangely enough, only YouTube was working yesterday on Restream, so it could have been an issue there. And also the uh, audio, the audio version of the podcast, which I record simultaneously, the file got corrupted there, so I wasn't able to upload the Saturday show to Anchor, which puts it out to Apple Podcasts and whatnot. So this is partially for the audio podcast crowd while I'm doing the impromptu show, but it's for everyone just because things with YouTube got weird. I'm not saying that, YouTube was intentionally trying to glitch, but I'm not saying they weren't either. Um, just things were weird. So this is a YouTube exclusive show. It's funny. People kept telling me to get onto D Live, and then I get onto D Live, and people still continue to, go to YouTube primarily. So we're sticking with YouTube primarily for right now. But anyway, glad to see people in the chat. We have Eliza, we have Oki, we have Davey Crocco, who let me give you, I think Davey Crocco too has a wrench, but you're not on there right now, Davey, so let me see if Davey Crocco 3 and no, I don't. You don't. So, anyway, yeah, I was just on Crocco's stream, watching his Sunday stream, and so Scorpio and I have been talking about having Crocco on the Gamma Hug Box, kind of as a fourth wheel, to talk about, all things in grifterdom. And also maybe talking about the election and whatnot, since we've kind of been doing that. And, of course, Apex will probably make Davey laugh, since he makes Scorpio and I laugh. We don't know when we're gonna do what we've been talking, but we will get that stream, so don't you worry, Oki. But at any rate, the reason why I'm doing this impromptu stream, the reason why, okay, let me just put it this way. I don't have a reason. I just felt like jumping on a stream. So as far as the election goes, all I was saying yesterday is we don't know what's going on yet. Obviously, like I said, now is the time to prepare and get ready, for things if they pop off. But they might not. And I'm certainly not going to be the one to, set anything into motion. That's all I was trying to say yesterday. Remain let's see, what's the saying? Keep calm and carry on. Yeah, that's my mantra for right now. Keep calm and carry on. That's all I was trying to say on yesterday's show, folks. So what am I doing here right now? Well, I'm checking to make sure that the stream stays steady and stays good. Let's see. Joshua Rogers says LARP 2020. Well, the whole entire internet is a big LARP, Josh. So I don't know what you're referring to specifically, but 2020 is a LARP. That's what we've learned. And also, if you would like to donate, streamlabs.com/The Report. Hit that like button if you haven't already. We've got 7 people in the chat. And yeah. So also, Alyssa just sent me a video on the DMs, and I don't know. I think I'm supposed to watch it on air, so I don't know. Let's see. These are always pretty fun. Alrighty. What to do? Okay. Here we go. Let's see what this is all about, shall we? Let's blow this up a bit. Let's go! Do something! I don't see your mom. Put that shit away. Hey, Blade. That's fucking Alien versus Predator with the scooter earlier. You fat piece of shit. Fuck you. Help the wounded. Joe Biden wants to take up drug cartels. That's why you got
The Proud Boys got a knife away from a Antifa protester.
Okay. Okay, this makes...
They with us? Fuck them if they're not. Fuck them. Don't even fucking help them. I mean that. Fuck you. They wouldn't help Make a hole.
Proud Boys were not letting people hit her while she was down. They got the knife away, circled her up, and then said, "Do not hurt the wounded." Help the wounded. Wow, this is really getting crazy down here.
Well, it's good. It's good to know that 2012 is alive and well still. And I'll explain that in a moment.
I got pepper spray now. It tastes like peppermint next to the nose.
We got okay.
Bro, that was insane, huh?
Okay, I'm getting, like I said, the year is 2012 all over again, because Antifa is the same as Occupy Wall Street was. I actually found an old interview on my old channel when I did the Whitfield analysis, with my friend Dan Sandini, who was in the movie Occupy Unmasked, which was Andrew Breitbart's last film. And Occupy Wall Street, they were doing similar stuff to what Antifa is doing now. In fact, it's not just similar, they were doing the exact same thing. And I've been saying this for years, and Antifa and Occupy Wall Street, they're one and the same. And what I just saw in that video is pretty much proof of that. I wonder if my old channel. Oh yeah, that's right. I had some Occupy Wall Street stuff on my old channel, but YouTube took that stuff down, which is why this channel partially exists, actually. But let's see. What's this? Sent me more stuff. Ooh, jeez. Yeah. That is some Alien versus Predator looking stuff there. Let's oof. Yeah. Yep, I thought we had some creepy crawly stuff here in Florida, folks, but that is oof. That's next level creepiness. And for those of you listening on audio, basically this Antifa LARP chick that got knocked out with her dreads and whatnot at the Million MAGA March, she looks like Predator, basically, or Dead Predator, I guess. So, and below that is a smushed bug of some kind. I don't even know what that is. But let's see. Joshua says, did he say it smells like peppermint nickels? But yeah, I was actually unaware that the Million MAGA March was yesterday. I thought the Million MAGA March was today. But apparently it wasn't. You should put that on your Parler for the follows. Yep, you're right, Lisa. And by the way, I am on Parler at Sam Whitfield. If you guys want to follow me, I've actually forgotten to do the socials the last couple times, so let me go ahead and do that. You can follow me on Twitter at SamW_NDC and Instagram at SamW_NDC. You can follow me on Gab and Parler at Sam Whitfield. Facebook.com/The Whitfield Report, TheSamWhitfield.com. Patreon.com/Whitfield Report. Thanks to Fat Keck Boy once again for, subbing over there. We will have some exclusive stuff over there. And finally, streamlabs.com/Whitfield Report if you'd like to donate. So, yeah, 2020, folks. This is where we're at. It's an amalgamation of basically 2020 is basically the year of really shitty sequel IRL events, right? In this case, we have the shitty Occupy Wall Street remake with Antifa LARPing and the Moldylocks LARP, right? And then with the election, we have the really super shitty Election 2000 sequel 20 years later that no one asked for. And by the way, my neighbor, who might be watching this, by the way, I don't know if she is, but a few of my neighbors actually are, they tune into the show. And, so, they're, oh, thanks, Fat Cake Boy, for the $1 donation. They're pretty sure that Trump is going to win the election and that the Supreme Court is going to rule in Trump's favor. And as I've said, I hope that happens, but I'm not holding my breath either. And yet, if Biden wins, I don't think we'll be in good shape at all. But we survived Obama's presidency, and everyone thought that we were going to, crumble there. And we didn't. So let me turn down the alert box for a bit, the volume. So I don't know. It's funny. Last week I was in a bit of a panic mode, and I was also a bit stressed, as most of you guys know, because of school projects. This weekend, at least, I feel kind of, I feel oddly calm right now. And maybe it's because it's Sunday, and, I'm kind of winding down, hanging out with you guys. But let's see. Yeah, Biden won't last a month. Remember Kamal as the real president. Well, that actually is what worries me, Fat Kick Boy. I'm not worried about Biden. Biden is a bagman for China, yes. And I don't like that, but Biden is an old dude. And he's a bagman for the Chinese government, basically. But Kamala is the more dangerous of the two, I would say. Kamala is actually, it's funny, I've actually pissed a few black people off by saying this, but it's true. Kamala is actually racist against her own people, because she locked more black people up as district attorney of San Francisco for for harmless crime such as drug possession. She locked up more black people for harmless crime than any right-wing politician did. You haven't seen her talk about prison reform at all, have you? So, she's not the great African American civil rights person that some of the liberals out there think she is. Nor did she advertise herself as that, though. So I don't even know where they're getting that stipulation from, because she's not even pretending to be that. But yeah, man, I'm just waiting to see what happens at this point. Because the, some of the political grifters on the right, like Vox Day, they're so sure that Trump is going to win and is going to somehow, defeat the rigged system. They're so sure of that they're betting everything on Trump winning at the Supreme Court and whatnot. Meanwhile, the left-wing LARPers are so sure that Biden is president-elect, which he's not technically. He is still only the candidate, right? Just because the media has declared him president-elect doesn't mean he actually is. I don't think the votes have all been counted. We're still waiting for Alaska's vote. The last time I checked, aren't we? I could be wrong on that. I could be pulling a John Neary right now. Don't think I am, but I could be. But yeah, we're just taking a wait and see approach. So, let's see. So, let's see. Kamala was chosen to be a puppet and she knows it. I mean, let me put it this way, Fat Cake Boy. She knows that Biden is a puppet for sure. Because she's the one playing Biden's strings. She's Biden's puppet master. But does she know she's a puppet? Because in this case, she could be the puppet being the ventriloquist for another puppet that's Biden. And by the way, here is another question I have that I've posed to liberals. Other than Orange Man bad, right, in that whole narrative, what do you guys see in Joe Biden? I know that there aren't any liberals in the YouTube chat right now. This is more for the people listening on the audio podcast that I'm talking to right now that will listen to this. For my friends in high school, that I went into high school with, rather, that download the show, right? I'm assuming that when you're listening to this, you're in your car, driving to work or wherever, right? Because I talk to some of you. I know when you guys download the show. So you're driving in your car. Maybe you have Starbucks, maybe you don't. I know some of you for sure do. So now that Biden is in, can you tell me what his appeal is? Because I'm still not seeing it. I get the appeal with Bernie to you guys. That I understand, at least. And I definitely get the appeal with Tulsi Gabbard. And I even get the appeal with Kamala as the direct candidate over Biden. But Biden himself, really? That's who you guys picked? The most boring milquetoast old white guy candidate, that's who you guys picked after picking Barack Obama? I mean, look, I'm a conservative, or a conservatarian rather. I disagree with Obama, but I understand the I can at least understand Obama's cool factor. I can at least get why he was popular. So that's what I was saying. So that's why I'm saying. You guys go from cool hip Obama to 8 years later picking boring old Joe Biden as your candidate, and yet he still wins the election. Is that not odd even to you guys? It has to be. It defies all logic. Well, Sam, Trump's victory defied all logic. Not really, because Trump was because, Trump was a household name, right? The Apprentice, The Art of the Deal, Howard Stern appearances. He dated a couple playmates over the years. Some pretty high profile ones too at that. So Trump was a cultural icon before he became president. So while he might be ridiculous and silly to some of you guys, I mean, it's not that surprising that he won if you think about it, or that he ran and had a good chance. I know you guys thought that Hillary was ordained, but in all honesty, it's not that shocking that Trump won if you think about it. But Biden, take the politics and take the Trump derangement syndrome away for a sec. He's boring. So even you guys on the left have to admit that you guys are a little confused as to the fact that he's actually won. Which again is why I say, let's take this to the Supreme Court, let them figure it out, and then, if everything is copacetic, then Biden gets to be president. But again, also, I will repeat what I said on Friday. As I've said before, I am not one to unfriend people based on political views, or to cut people off from my life based on political views. But some of you guys cut me off. I had family members, cousins, and whatnot that disowned me for voting for Trump in 2016. And now all of a sudden they want, to own me again because, or accept me back into their life because Biden called for unity. Yeah, that's not happening. And you don't get to apologize for being mean to me after 4 years. Now it's politically convenient for some of you. And I'm not just speaking about my family. I know that there are people in the chat, and I know that there are people listening to the podcast who are experiencing the same thing, right? They got shunned from, some of their friends or their family members for voting, for Trump, or, for just not voting for Hillary in 2016. And now those same people who shunned them are now wanting to come back and sing Kumbaya 4 years later. It's not happening. It's not happening. We're not, even if you guys are in a quote-unquote forgiving mood, I did nothing wrong. We did nothing wrong as conservatives other than voting for Trump in 2016. So we have nothing to apologize for. You guys definitely have something to apologize for, but it's too little too late. So when Biden talks about coming together and healing, sorry, Joe, you should have thought about that earlier in the election before you called half the country a bunch of Nazis. And in fact, let me go back to YouTube here, and hopefully he hasn't been banned. But let's go to Mr. Johnny Arcade's channel. And yep. Okay. Is this video still up, or is this one of the ones that got pulled? Okay, I think this is probably one of the ones that got pulled from Johnny's channel. Let's see. Yep, it is. It's been pulled. But basically, Biden called half the population Nazis. Right? And now he wants to come together and call for unity. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Also, apologies for the Discord going off. Let me turn on streamer mode here for a sec. Okay. Also, before the battery runs out and the stream dies on me, like I said, this is a real impromptu stream. No show prep here, we're just doing it kind of off the cuff here. Tonight, let me go ahead and plug the machine in so that this thing doesn't die on you. Good folks. And okay, we're good. Phew. I noticed my battery was starting to go into the red a bit, so scrambled to get the cable there. Let's see. You talking about me? Yeah, I am Johnny. I'm talking about the video where Biden is saying that like half the country is racist. Right? I think he said it at one of the debates, or he said it at one of the rallies. He literally called half the population Nazis. I think it's I'm 90% sure it's one of your videos that got pulled, right? And you couldn't upload for like 2 weeks before the election. But yeah, if you guys think that Biden actually wants unity, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I can pull up other clips of Biden that prove that that's not the case. And in fact, I don't necessarily need Biden, but let's go with CNN here. Because Johnny uploaded a clip, and I haven't seen this yet, but let's watch this. CNN calls Trump supporters on Parler a threat to democracy. So let's cue this up, shall we? Okay, like I said, this should be interesting. And of course, it's with Brian Stelter, who Alex Jones is right. Now that he basically called Brian Stelter a demonic clown pedophile, I can't unsee it.
People are going more and more into their own echo chambers, more and more into their own bubbles, especially Trump voters. There's this new social media app called Parler getting a lot of attention because conservatives are saying they're leaving Twitter and Facebook, going off to Parler because they believe Parler is a safer space for them. What we're seeing is even more of a bunker mentality in right-wing media, and ultimately that's not good for the country.
No, it's not good. It's a threat to democracy that these people are in echo chambers and they're getting fed a diet of lies, essentially.
Well, here's the thing, Brian. For those of us not getting kicked off, Twitter, those of us who still are on Twitter, no one can see our stuff anymore. So, even if I'm on Twitter, and I am on Twitter still, almost no one sees updates, or gets like notifications for when the stream is on, unless I tag them. Mostly. Actually, let me ask this. For those of you in chat right now, if you saw my tweet on Twitter that this stream was going live, press 1. I want to see something here. Did any of you guys see the tweet that the stream was going live? Oh wait, we've got time. Let Twitter die a cold and lonely death? Okay, 1. Okay, so Ghost of Nicolo Sot, that's good at least. Johnny says, I've been banned from Twitter for years. I mean, you're not missing much. I mean, I am on Twitter, but no one can see my stuff, so I might as well be banned. Warfist said I did not see it. Exactly, Warfist. And I know Warfist sees my stuff because he favorites it. But, yeah, he didn't, Warfist did not see that the stream was live. And I know he sees a lot of my stuff, but he never sees when I post the show live unless I tag him. Eliza says, I just followed you, never on there. Well, that's the other thing. People are never on Twitter. So, yeah, you know, only the biggest social network on Earth. No biggie. Yep, well, that's why people are moving to Parler, Brian Stelter, because half of us are banned on Twitter, and then those of us who are still on Twitter, we can't see each other's stuff. And that's just the way it is. Okay, maybe it is. Let me keep looking. And even if it's not the even if I'm looking for the clip that got pulled, which I'm pretty sure I still am, there are a bunch of Biden clips on here that Johnny's done that just, again, Johnny's been doing a bang up job on all of this. Oh, this is a good one. So yeah, Biden wants to heal the country. He's about unity so much that 2 weeks ago he said that the country is dead.
America's dead.
Okay, this is the guy who wants to unify the country, though, right? America's dead. But we need to come together. Well, if it's dead, Joe, why do we need to come together? Let's see. Oh, Kamala introduced as the next president of the United States. Yeah, that's even SIRI says that Kamala is the president right now. Right? Keith Olbermann. Oh, I love Keith Olbermann, and Keith Olbermann loves me. Have I told you guys my Keith Olbermann story, by the way?
Donald Trump should be on trial for 220,000 murders, death penalty for each count.
Let me replay that again. I've got to replay that.
Donald Trump should be on trial for 220,000 murders, death penalty for each count.
You know what I love about Keith Olbermann, folks? I love the fact, and this is true, by the way. Go to r/Gamma Secret Kings if you don't believe me, because I posted this over there earlier in the week. Even if Trump loses the election, even if Biden becomes president of the United States and Trump gets out of office, there are certain people out there, and this knucklehead, Keith Olbermann, this knucklehead right here, his Trump derangement syndrome is so bad that even after Trump leaves office, he is going to continue to cover Trump and rant about Trump. That's Keith Olbermann's new bit now. He's going to rant about the former president of the United States. That's how bad his Trump derangement syndrome is. And that's just funny to me. Right? I mean, when Obama left office, I was glad that Obama left office, but do you honestly think I cared if Obama went and played golf after he left office? No. I don't care that he went to Hawaii or played golf or went snowmobiling with Dave Letterman or whatever once he left office. I really didn't. I was just glad to see him out of the White House. Out of the White House. That is the one small victory we still have. Even if Trump does get out of the White House, Trump derangement syndrome is so bad that Keith Olbermann is still going to rant like a madman about Trump. And as Chris Matthews likes to say, that sends a tingle up my leg. Let's see. I'll read some of the comments. Let's see. Parlor is radicalizing me. Well, you need to follow me on Parlor, Johnny, at Sam Whitfield. I'll really radicalize you then. Brian Williamson says, I am the president. Eliza says, I am also the president. Ghost Nicola says, we are all the president now. Which is true. Even I am the president. Go on. In fact, let me. Yep, we're doing that. We're doing this, folks. We're doing this. Let me go to my profile here. Okay. Yep, do you see what my name is on Twitter? Yep, we are all the president. President-elect Sam Whitfield. Yep, we are all the president-elect now. Every single one of us. Every single one of us is the president-elect. Except for Alan. Alan has transcended the presidency, and Alan has just become God Emperor of the world at this point. He has become the God Emperor troll, basically. Presently erect Sam Whitfield. Well, how do you know that, Johnny? You don't know that at all. So Eliza says, I'm a woman, so it's my turn. Well, here's the thing, Eliza. I know that you're Australian, so technically you couldn't run for president. But hell, at this point, Australian women are more based than most of the guys in politics here in the country at this point. So you would actually make a great lady president then. Let's make Eliza president of the United States. It's her turn. Damn it. That's a presidency I can endorse. I was gonna say get behind, but there are some connotations there. Let's see, what does Australia have a prime minister? I think so, something like that. But yeah, we're all president-elect now. Do they have governments in Australia? Barely. Barely out. Barely, Alan. Okay. Let's see. Why am I getting Christmas? Why am I getting Christmas adverts on Twitter already, by the way? It's too damn early. Also, I've never been on Parler on the desktop before, so this is new for me. And I think I like it, actually. Oh, there are my notifications. Eliza Koala has followed me. Thank you, Eliza. Oh, cool. It actually shows your heading and whatnot. Cool. That is cool. Ooh, Influence Network. Oh, boo. Must be. For those listening on audio right now, I'm checking out Parler's desktop version live on stream. I'm being a total nerd right now, much to Johnny's chagrin. Eliza Koala. Oh, you mean koalas technically aren't bears? Oh yeah, that's right. They're not. Let's see. Ghost of Nicola says Sam about to get me too'd. I mean, that kind of already happened, Niccolo. But I'm crippled, so that card has worked out for me. At least for now. But, yeah. Alright, let's see what else, is in... Justin Trudeau has said the panic has provided. Yep, I've seen that already, and I'll get to that once Krakow is on later this week, because that's something I want to talk about with him. But yeah, we might as well. I mean, like I said in Semper's show stream, we might as well laugh at some of this stuff, because if we can't laugh at, the world going to shit, then what's the point? That's kind of the way I'm looking at things right now. Let's see. Newsmax is live right now, so is there anything is this just their 24/7 stream, or is there actually anything worth watching on there right now? Let's see.
Open the door to thousands of topics and deep insights from the best and the brightest. Start your free trial now.
What if your dentist stopped bugging you?
Nope, it's a late night commercial. There, folks. It is 2 a.m. in the morning, and I probably should be getting to bed here soon. But what can I say? I like hanging out with you guys. I do. So let me switch back to the normal view. Let's see. Well, Titty Salad says, if I become president, you better bring an army of those little guys with you. Oh, you mean if Elias become it? You mean if Elias become president, she better bring koalas with her? Yeah, if Elias becomes president, she better bring koalas and kangaroos and men at work with her. Although Colin Hay is already here, so yeah, men at work is already here. I tried to make a joke, but it failed miserably. I will donate $1 to see a koala. Clever, Okie. Now are you actually going to donate $1? That's the real question. Now, see, if I ran for president, I have my cabinet basically assembled already. Johnny would be Secretary of State. Why? Because I can make him Secretary of State. Semper Reloaded would be the Secretary of War. Inquisitor E. Scorpio would be the press secretary, along with Christian Blatt from the Dennis Miller option. They would take turns being press secretary. Eliza would be. I would give her the ambassadorship to. Well, no. I need to give Eliza more of an important job than ambassador. Honestly, I would probably just make up a I would probably make up a czar position for Eliza.
Eliza 2024. Get behind Eliza. A quagga in every house and a roux in every pot.
Sounds good. Let me play that again now. Eliza 2020. A quagga in every house and a roux in every pot. Sounds good.
Eliza 2024. Get behind Eliza. A quagga in every house and a roux in every pot.
Sam's dream team would do a genocide. I'm feeling it. I mean, why do you think people get scared when I say I want to run for president, Johnny? That's why. Can I be secretary of? I mean yes, Alan. That is kind of what the Department of War does. So you and Semper would basically have that. No, actually, I'll give Semper the Secretary of War. But this is gonna be bad. I'm gonna give Alan. Oh boy, this is not a good idea, but I would do it anyway. I would make Alan director of the CIA, of the Central Intelligence Agency. Yep, I made Alan director of the CIA basically. So we're gonna be doing regime changes basically in every single country. Well, I mean, I could make you the head of the FBI, but the CIA is the cooler acronym in my opinion. I mean, now here's what I really need. As much as I hate the IRS, I would abolish the IRS. Okay, so that is one thing I would do. But before I abolish the IRS, I would appoint someone. And I would probably appoint Ben Shapiro as like my head IRS director or whatever to go ahead and audit Owen Benjamin. That would literally be all I would use the IRS for, is just to audit Owen Benjamin. Audit Baked Alaska. I mean, I don't think I could do anything to Vox, since Vox is in Italy. Although, if Vox has assets over here, I suppose I could audit those. But yeah, the IRS would be Owen's worst nightmare. Well, Niccolo, who would be a better IRS director than Shapiro? That's what I need someone who is. I need someone who is good at taxes and whatnot, because it's not me. I use Quicken or whatever else everyone uses for taxes. Yeah, CIA can. Okay, yeah, that's a good point. just Alex Jones at the IRS. That would be interesting. Ghost of Niccolo. That would be interesting. I'll find someone for IRS structure, but basically their only purpose would be to audit Owen. Oh, so, but yeah, that's kind of my made up cabinet right now for the time being. Titty Salad goes Wesley Snipes. Yeah, that. Oh, never mind. Never mind. I found my IRS director. Gene Simmons would be my IRS director. Yep, that's who's going to run the IRS. I'm going to have Gene Simmons run the IRS for, and while I'm at it, I'll probably also have Gene run the copyright office too. So there we go. We got that solved. I don't know why Wesley Snipes made me think of Gene Simmons, but it did. So. Oh yeah, Alan. I totally know that. That's what I'm. That's why do you think I picked him as an IRS? That's the whole point of me having an IRS agent. I need one of them to run the IRS for me. And no, Richard Simmons is not better than Gene. I'm sorry, Alan. We're gonna have to agree to disagree. Also, Eliza, thank you for the $5 donation. And yeah. So all right. Anything else that I ought to cover? It is almost 2:30, and I probably should be getting to bed here. Let's see. Titty Salad says AOC will be old enough to run in 2024. Get ready for Demsock jugs to rule the world. Not on my watch. AOC ain't running. If AOC runs, Titty Salad, then that means you have to run. That's how that works. And I will even have Kurgan do your promo campaign. But yeah. I don't know. People say that AOC is going to run, but are people really that stupid? Well, no, of course they are. What am I saying? I just answered my own question. Of course people would be stupid enough to vote for her. Sad world we're living in. But anyway, folks, we've been going for an hour and 20 minutes. It's almost 2:30 here. So I think I'm going to call it a night here, folks. But I want to thank you guys for tuning in and hanging out with me late at night here. And who knows? I could pop on and, I might pop on sometime later today and do a stream or, later this week. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to try and do a show on Thursday at least, and then, Gam Hug Box on Fridays. So, at any rate, folks, thank you for tuning in, and, for those of you who, weren't able to catch yesterday's podcast because of the problems we had, I apologize, but hopefully this made up for it. So, anyway, I'll talk to you guys down the road, and thank you for tuning in to the Impromptu stream, and from all of us here at NGC Studios, God bless, God save this great nation, as John Neary likes to say, God, freedom, legacy in that order, and I will see you on the next episode of the Whitfield Report.